that is a strong base to play around. You have Chen with the push power, Bristleback who can frontline really well, and then you can find moves with the Ember coming in as well. Ember
like numbers and bodies building things up rather than a catch and kill situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily pick off Dota, but it's more a formation, a pushing power perhaps that I expect from them. We have a very quick smoke from Avulus. There's a smoke to get the first wards out, most likely. Not necessarily smoking to go for kills usually.
The quick wit Darkseer. Attack speed from intelligence.
Yeah.
Get those punches going.
Yeah, that's what we normally see actually. It's the more common facet for Darkseer. It's nice. You do end up doing a lot of auto attacks with him. There was the other facet that was very broken for a while, the heart of the battle, the one where he gets movement speed for... it's the movement speed for everyone being nearby. So you become like hasted. Because the stats you get as a... It is innate.
Right,
You're thinking of. But that one, the movement speed facet was nerfed a little bit, if I remember correctly, and then it just fell off. People are not going for it as much. But yeah, his intelligence cannot be lower than the average of his strength and agi. Previously, it can't be lower than your strength or agi. That was really strong. Then you could just go all gloves was usually the build, like 4 gloves starting build.
That's it. That's the change I was thinking of. I was like, what was the build where we just had like a bunch of gauntlets or like a bunch of mantles or something? But yeah, it was
it was it was nerfed to be the average instead. So now you have to get both your strength and agility up. But buying intelligence not going to be a priority for the Darkseer. You will get intelligence just passively.
Yeah. Let's say up at top with a tiny. We've seen some old school heroes and old school lanes come back quite a lot recently, over in Eastern Europe especially. Lifestealers, Wraith Kings, bringing back some cool stuff with this Darkseer Nyx. Now Darkseer tiny.
Gotta watch out the 3 heroes.
Seneko trying to get back to lane, met by X-Nova and Ari. Forced the TP already. A bit of early pressure here as the wave is already at a tower, and Seneko has to try and drag it out of aggro range. Smiling Knight not going to get a few of those early last hits, and wave is going to push back towards OG.
What is this animation on Eki? What in the world? I do not. I guess it's this. For me, it looks normal. He has like a palm tree on his tree grab.
Stretch Armstrong. Stretch Palm.
Stretch Palm Strong.
Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
Beautiful.
He's trying to steal nasal goo from Bristleback across the lane.
I thought Bristle was to blame, to be honest, when I saw a buggy green effect. Where's that Bristleback?
Pulling the snot rocket all the way out of the bottom lane.
Eki will find
he's going to try and grab the wave and a courier snipe as well.
Yeah, you can actually throw your tree at the couriers. They die to it, so tree grab very nasty for courier sniping. Creeps are gonna pair up over here, but X-Nova didn't get the range creep with him.
Trying to do as much damage to Zibe as he can with the Penitence and the Satyr there. Down at bottom, a jump from Smiling Knight and Seneko onto Ari. It was a pretty high HP Batrider here. Aggressive from Avulus, and Ari's going to turn with damage back onto Seneko to get this Bristle the first blood, but it looks like he's going to be dying. No, the stick. Smiling Knight with a dagger, the follow-through jump, and there it is. He does trade out his life for the first blood.
Still good for OG. Getting the first blood always nice, but obviously Smiling Knight's gonna have a good start. Didn't even have to pop his magic stick as well himself, so he's looking pretty strong, whereas Bristleback struggling a bit.
And then Tiny Darkseer kind of sat in front of their tower now. Gyro, a bit better at pushing the wave out with the flat cannon.
I mean, they're struggling.
Reversing the Ion Shell a little bit.
They're struggling against the Mind Stealer. Chen is just bullying the lane with the Summon Convert coming out.
Darkseer only has one spell. It's Ion Shell all the way until level 5.
Yeah, and if you get mana burned, you have 0 spells, so it gets very difficult. Yep. He's gonna get burned again if he gets too close.
And mid lane, Ember 18-5 against a 12-0 Earth Spirit. 9, he's woken up in game 2 here, and he's slapping this mid lane.
He's doing really well. This matchup is a little bit Ember favored, but not this badly. So 9 definitely outplaying Stormstormer a bit so far.
And he's got his Blightstone. He's got the 2-2-0 build. He's going for that catch and kill damage.
Yeah, you get the double impact is a really strong facet as well from Member, where he gets the extra hit on a target with a Sleight of Fist. And harass quite well with that.
Slap, slap.
Bottom lane, we got a small pull from Soneko. They're there with Batrider and Bristol trying to contest, but this means that PA is happily farming on the tower. Does have enough gold to get herself to the power treads. Not seeing a power tread skip this game, Gareth. No Battle Fury rush.
Although V-Tune did make that work, right?
Ari.
Or the roll. Earth Spirit makes his way over. That's what, before minute 4. He's going to have to TP back to tower. A good move from Earth Spirit there, because the bottom water rune gets grabbed by 9. And Stormstormer, the Wild Wing. Oh, X-Nova. A little deny. I'm going to shut Stormstormer down a little bit even after that kill. While down at bottom lane, PA with this Pugner back on top of the Brewmaster. Batrider is back in Fountain, so they're going to exploit this moment to kill him off.
Yeah, very nice turn back here, and we see this PA lane start to come into fruition. The power of the PA Pugna, a lot of harassment, and very, very difficult for Bristol to stay on this lane. And this can really snowball out of control. If PA gets a good start, we're looking at, you know, some 12, 13 minute Battle Fury power treads timing. It's not fun to play against.
Yeah, we'll have to face off against a pretty fast-paced Gyrocopter here, though. 23 Savage having a very good lane, like you've been saying, thanks to this Chen, who has zoned the Darkseer completely out of contention. Can't go near creep waves, can't use Iron Shell. Zibe has been shut down tremendously here. 12 and 6 on the Darkseer really hurts.
Yeah, it all comes down to X-Nova. This one single creep is winning the lane. The Satyr Mind Stealer just non-stop mana burning the Darkseer. He doesn't have a play. He's, again, completely out of mana. Gets mana burned again, and he's just looking at the lane like, what can I do? Gets a mango from Tiny. He's like, please, use a spell, Darkseer.
One Iron Shell. Anything, something.
Yeah, and the creep will immediately die, so didn't really get the most value out of it.
They're going to bring Stormstormer top to try and alleviate the pain they're facing, but Ari's already here waiting. Turn around onto Eki, now onto Stormstormer, and OG, the reactions from them, preempting the move and getting massive kills here.
Very
Tiny
nice.
and Earth Spirit both down, a double kill for 23 Savage. Super, super nice for OG.
A clutch by Ari, right position, right place, right time from the Batrider. And now X-Nova allowed to go in and have a little look at what creeps are available in enemy Ancients. Gotta see that they have a stack. It's time to ward up.
And Ari goes in, gets a deep ward behind that mid-tier one, and still continues to play up top, where Soneko goes for a D-ward.
Oh, he dispelled the haste.
Little skeleton, but he's been dispelled. The haste is gone. Soneko on his high ground, though, with Eki arriving. 23 Savage oversteps his mark, gets blasted by the Tiny. OG were feeling so hot there, but Eki just comes out. You know, level 3 Tiny has a lot of damage there.
Does a lot of damage with a... He did have Iron Shell on him this time as well, so going in, extra damage ticking all the time. A good recovery for them. They definitely needed this on the top lane for Avulus. It's been going pretty rough. That means mana boots are complete on Darkseer as well, so he won't be out of mana the entire game.
Yay!
And both his supports are stacking for him, so the Ancients are stacked up. I say for him, PA might want those with a Battle Fury as well, but maybe you give it to Darkseer, given the chance. Looks like he's going over and taking it.
Steals it.
That's 2 games in a row they get the double again. 7 minutes.
And then feels so bold that level 6 PA just jumps onto the Bristle, brings him down to half before Soneko even gets back to the lane.
Yeah, tons of damage being done. Now he has to be cautious on Bristleback. Not to go too far out. PA is level 6, so those crits are coming in. And again, we see Western Europe going for the methodical facet, and Eastern Europe been going for the veiled ones facet.
Darkseer gets item delivery.
Flies across the map as the Tiny is just AFKing with Iron Shell on him.
Oh, I love it
He's
when
like,
that happens.
Mr. Darkseer, another one. Oh, thank you. Back to farming.
This is something that Avulus have done before. They had a Nyx Darkseer lane, and they got absolutely crushed and hammered. Like, you know, like 0-4 Darkseer minute 4 or something. And then they did this, and they came back, and they just turned it completely on its head and won the game.
It's actually pretty crazy. It's very strong to do this.
It's like this match against Jiggling. They're against, like, Nepo and something.
Oof. 9, pretty low.
It is.
Getting rolled on.
Oh, he's dead, isn't he? taken out by Eki. Ari's still magnetized, and Stormstormer is reapplying it. Can't go rolling in there with no more vision, even though Smiling Knight was nearby, thinking of continuing.
Yeah, he was looking for that Stifling Dagger, ready to join towards mid. Now pinging bottom, the Bristleback still doesn't have face boots. They're coming out. So finally we'll have some mobility and armor. OG. They were off to a very good start in this game, but I feel like Avulus are taking control over it bit by bit, even though net worth is still favoring OG.
Yeah, so it was a Bat Meepo from Jiggling against the Nyx and Darkseer, and the, what's his name? SE. His Bat Rider 1v2 zoned out Nyx and Darkseer for like not kidding, 4 minutes. They got like 2 last hits or something between them. Then they went and stacked Ancients, and they came back and they out-leveled the Meepo. They outscaled everyone else on the map. Like, how is this possible? Just Darkseer Iron Shell with a position 4 sitting in Ancients. And OG is going to make sure that it's not a free and easy take here, coming in towards the Raging Ancient spot.
The sticky napalm gets the dragon.
Trying to fight back here as Ari's going to fly over the cliffs and get away.
Yeah. Gets to safety, so not too much damage done, but at least they're not letting the Tiny freely farm this with Darkseer. Oh, bottom lane. Oh. Bristle finds the solo kill.
The big Nasal Goose stacks.
Yeah,
a lot of cool sprays building up.
Did not expect him to get a kill over on the PA. PA must have felt pretty confident as well, killing the Bristle a few times. Not today. Rune control is in the favor of the OG team as well. Gets the top rune.
Arcane for 9. A water rune out of the shovel there for Stormstormer to refill his. And OG coming back to defend their large camp and their Ancients, dewarding the high ground vision that Avulus had set up. But a bit of calm now for Avulus to kind of farm their PA and their Darkseer. I feel like OG have got to fill the vacuum that's been made on these lanes.
Yeah, stay calm.
Currently they're sitting there, channeling their bat behind the mid.
Ooh, the smoke was made under dire vision, so they know about the smoke coming in from Avulus. They have great wards on the mid. Gyrocopter should not be getting caught by this. He's going through the gate. This is a smart move. Ditching the top area, joining bottom, looking for PA. Or even just pushing into the tower.
Yeah, they've definitely done a good job activating 23 Savage early on with that Bat Rider move a few minutes ago. I would like to see a bit more of him. Falcon Blade, Dragonlance, and back into this Aghanim's BKB mechanic. Again, this kind of hybrid build we've seen from the crit Aghanims of days gone past. Hang on, a plus forward of Stormstormer onto the gyro. They've come through. 23 Savage turning with the damage, but Smiling Knight's there. Takes the gyro out while this Brewmaster, the Bristleback,
they're all falling.
The last game, but he's dead. There's Ari sliced down by the PA.
Wow. That worked out better than expected even for Avulus. They did mess up a little bit on the initiation, and still it went well. The Earth Spirit started rolling, and Tiny tossed him mid-roll animation, so he had it on cooldown. But still, they got the chain stun and kill onto the Gyrocopter. And Chen, imagine if you was level 6 for that. Doesn't have it. It all comes back to that Wisdom Rune play, Gareth.
It does,
If Chen had level 6, he could have ulted, they could have turned, try and stand their ground and fight. But the Wisdom Rune steal haunting them to this day.
I know, Hand of God. But yeah, the gyro item build, I've been kind of a fan of this. You're not going for that Crystallis Aghanim Satanic, which is very telegraphed and very kind of easy to know the timings of. This more flexible Dragonlance to tank up a bit. Stay at range away from some of these melee heroes. And then back into some of these more scaling carry items.
Yeah, looks like he's even going for BKB next item. So 23 Savage really looking to tank up. And for good reason. The Earth Spirit is very annoying for him right now. And against Tiny and Darkseer, it's also going to be great. We see Pug now with that mid push, similar to the previous game. Just sitting behind his course, blasting. Even Tiny Toss is pretty good at spamming on tower. As the crash damage does work.
Yeah, tier 1 broken down. And OG have put their Ember Spirit here to meet the creep wave arriving at the tier 2. The rest of them still trying to poke at that tier 1 down at bottom. But Avulus starting to play very quickly now.
Yeah, shield rune up on the earth. Going on to Ember.
Right into towards OG here. with the stuns on this.
Oh,
Ember Spirit,
healed.
the Hand of God, and Sleight of Fist gets him out of danger with the Remnant.
That's very
Avulus
nice.
still trying to chase somebody down.
He also does have the cloak already for his Mage Slayer, so tanky enough not to get bursted on Ember. As Eki is lining up, perhaps invading towards the Ancients, but instead it's going to be a tower push. Who needs creeps? Let's put 4 heroes on that tier 1.
Yeah, force the glyph. I mean, what about another Wisdom Rune steal, hey? Go up here, roll in deep, get Stormstormer on top of his man. Bristleback sent in towards Avulus here as he's spamming the goo and the quill sprays, but surrounded by 5. There is no response. Now 9, 23 Savage coming in with a cooldown launched in towards Avulus. Still holding this line with Stormstormer grabbing the Wisdom Rune. Eki fronting here, straight up, right into this Ember Spirit, but he will zip away.
He's gonna be fine. That was close. Batrider, though, not so lucky, perhaps. They're slowly poking at him from far away and then commit.
Man. The continuation here from Avulus is so good. You know, roll in, then run back, dagger, keep spamming long-range hits, toss people forward. There's no way you can just sit there as OG. You know, you've got either got to run back or face this head on.
It's actually wild how fast they play. Like 4 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, we had the Bristle like solo killing the PA, and things were looking concerning. The gyro was huge, Bristle was recovered, and Ember was doing way better than the Earth Spirit as well. But now Ember finds himself bottom of the net worth, and Avulus just strike to open the map. They're really hammering down on the Bristleback not having his timings yet. He's going for the pipe, but it's gonna take a while to get there. It's also a little bit concerning for OG that they're going pipe, going Mage Slayer, good items by all means. It's gonna protect you really well against the magic damage. But what about that PA? She's having a good start, Battle Fury build. She sees a pipe and a Mage Slayer, she's gonna be very happy about that.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like this PA is necessarily answered, especially in the 1v1 carry-to-carry matchup, right?
Mm.
Like 23 Savage here is going for much more of a group-up, team play item build, which they're going to try and use to levy control of the map through the Chen with the Bristleback pipe. But there is this period now where you're looking at 800 gold for Tiny Blink, so they're going to have another form of initiation Avulus pretty shortly. Like all of the Avulus items are giving them aggression, right?
Definitely. And I'm gonna be honest here, Gareth, looking at this game from the lens of a PA player, like, look at the opponents she's against. This is a free PA game, it really is. You do not care about anything other than, like, okay, you can get lassoed, but how good is the single target burst damage during that lasso? You know, where's that coming from? It's not really that high. These heroes are not meant to burst one target quickly in that way. So
No, there's no Lion, there's no Tiny.
yeah.
Even the physical damage is lacking.
Ori just wants level 6, man. It's 15 minutes into the game.
It's desperate. Desperate times now for OG. And they had such a nice early passage of play. The first 12 minutes or so were good outside of losing that Wisdom Rune, but now that's coming back to bite them real hard. Our bottom part of the map getting very small for them here. Avulus set up a double Observe Ward base camp.
Oh,
right in their Ancients.
They didn't get the second Wisdom Rune as well. Because it was denied and stolen. Yeah, so they denied the enemy and Stormstormer got it. Oh, that is so hurtful, man. We're going for a record, Gareth. 16 minutes, no level 6.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
I've never seen
a situation, honestly.
He got level 6 before 16 minutes. It's only 15 minutes, Gareth. It's fine. He got it.
I mean, technically that was minute 16.
It was 15. No. It didn't say
the 16th minute, Waga.
It didn't say 16, Gareth. It didn't say 16. 0
to 1 is the first minute. 1 to 2 is the second minute. 15 to 16 is the 16th minute. That's how time works.
Okay, you're right. It wasn't minute 17 at least, Gareth. Okay, it wasn't a 17-minute level 5.
Correct.
Could be worse. Okay, that's
we're laughing as we feel the pain, right?
Yeah, we're laughing with you.
I don't know if I've been in this exact situation. But I felt similar pains.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough out there, man. Being a support and you don't get the Wisdom Runes twice in a row, it's rough. This Roche attempt, it is a good call, but this has to work. Like, if this Roche fails, I think they lose the game. Looks like they have no idea about it on the side of Avulus. At least they're not going. So they're just gonna push mid tower.
Yeah, good shout from OG to go and get something here on the map.
They know what's up right now. OG or Avulus definitely realized, but they're farming a lot meanwhile. So Aegis ahead of the Gyrocopter, got the BKB. His timings are pretty good. His damage isn't absurd though. He went for this very tanky, safe build with BKB and Dragonlance, and what they need is some damage output.
Very much so. Very much so.
Like, do you go MKB here to try and deal with the PA perhaps? He's queuing up the Aghanim Scepter, but I'm concerned he won't be able to single target enough. This PA is gonna just get Manta, get BKB, and then she kind of solos the game.
It is very hard. Eki, who just got his Blink Dagger, was playing under his own wards. He's going for the TP home. Surely must be a stun. No, nothing.
Lasso? No lasso in time. Okay.
Too far away.
How is he allowed
just
to live?
slips out of the grasp of them. I don't know. And then Suneiko's bottom tier 2 just chipping away at that with a blast.
Literally had 5 people around him. Stormstormer meanwhile farming some Ancients, and as you mentioned, Suneiko is about to take the tier 2 tower. No resistance has been put up.
Finds Zibe up top, but the immediate Greaves breaks free of the searing chains. And the surge away from the Darkseer gets him a bit of a gap away from that Ember, while down at the bottom on the bridge, Suneiko is being hunted here by 23 Savage and Ari. And there's the lasso. There's no backup coming for this little Pugna. He did kill the tower though, right? Objective complete, while top lane magnetized silence onto 9. Zibe turns around, the chase cut short, and there's Bristleback in trouble too. The toss forward, Eki sends Stormstormer in, keeps the magnetize going, and a double kill emerges for your Earth Spirit.
OG stretched a bit too thin, not really strong enough to react to both the Pugna bottom and taking this fight up top. And good stuff coming out for Avulus again with a bigger win. And timings are up. We got the entire Guardian Greaves on the Darkseer. I like that Eki
This was meant to be your Aegis timing to play through the gyro, right?
Yes. Yeah, ideally, OG want to, you know, find some form of advantage during this Aegis and get some accomplishments across the map, but game continues to look rough. Oh, I like this from Zibe. Zibe decided to buy the shard, early shard from Darkseer. I see way too many Darkseers not do this. This shard is so insane. It's a 50% slow when you walk into the track, and it does damage as well. It's super annoying to play against.
I think everyone I've cast with has said that. It's like super underrated, doesn't get picked up enough.
Yeah.
The only time I've like seen it consistently was Darkseer with Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
And that looked really good.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have a big brawl coming.
Eki has Blink. He can literally just jump away. There is no catch here from OG.
That does not have Blink for this fight.
He sees OG walk into this jungle and he says, this is a fight I'm going to take. Rolls in, rolls out, falls to the hand of God. Wall is dropped by Zibe.
DD Ember.
Good slight DD Ember, but Smiling Knight, he's in there on 9. The silence and the stun connect on Ember. Oh, the crit, huge damage. And Ember's going to think about running away while 23 Savage is dying to his own illusion from the wall. Now, in comes Tiny, Avalanche Toss. EA will clear up. Eki's on a killing spree, and 23 Savage left alone. Gyro trying the TP home, but the crits arrive in time from Smiling Knight. A double kill for the PA, and Ari's back the only survivor.
Yeah, and Surge on the Tiny, still chasing. Ari is not going to be a survivor for long. Still on him.
Another casualty, another toss back, and a 5-man wipe. Avulus sweep them out of that bottom jungle.
This is looking more like the Avulus that I expected going into the qualifier. Not what happened against Night Pulse, but absolutely dominating against OG. And OG, they need to do something, man. I don't know. Batrider needs his Blink. They can't dictate the fight at all right now. They basically just don't have the control. They don't have the single target damage. The only thing they have is like some AoE damage and some survivability. And that's about it.
So there's been, what, 6 Wisdom Runes now, right?
Yeah.
7, 14, 21.
Yeah. 6 Wisdom Runes, and 5 of those...
are taken by Avulus.
Yeah.
And 1 denied by Chen.
It's a tough story, man. 21 minutes into the game and you haven't seen a single Wisdom Rune. These supports crying.
What is the XP difference? What's the level difference, actually?
It's enormous. Level 14 on Pugna, level 8 on both the OG supports. And Tiny is also level 14, so yeah. It's a 6 level difference.
20 level difference across the teams, eh?
Yeah, in total, I think.
Jump in mid. Good combo. Avalanche toss, kick, silence, stun, vacuum, dead.
Very straightforward. And no sign of them slowing down or stopping. Eki keeps chasing. The support Tiny has worked out really well, I must say. The Darkseer combo enables it. I don't think Tiny support is good this patch overall, but if you have Iron Shell and Surge as frequently as he does, it looks strong. It like mitigates the fact that you don't have items. And nobody home in the OG camp.
Forfeit the mid lane. No fighting into this.
I mean, there's a bottom lane too that they can go to. They don't even need to back. Looks like they will back and at least get some deliveries. But now the call comes out from Stormstormer like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah, go straight tier 3.
So Gyrocopter is 700 gold away from Aghanims. That's the timing they're working towards right now. But other than that, the BKB for Ember is far away. Blink is complete on the Batrider at least, but they still lack that damage output.
Look at Eki. He's just like, screw this. Clear mid wave, run bottom lane. What are we doing? Let's get this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, they're gonna get the
The next
range.
set of barracks.
So is the Melorax gonna be fine? Is backdoor protection kicking in time? It is there. So I'm not gonna get melee.
Well done by 23 Savage. And the rest of OG holding and cutting those waves across the map, at least not losing multiple sets. But 23 Savage has to BKB TP back.
Oh, that's another big cooldown that could be exploited. Not like Avulus are waiting for Aegis timing to go end the game. They could definitely just go and fight. Massive lead right now. And OG, we're not seeing any move. Like, all they're doing is trying to work towards next items. Understandably so. I don't see how they kill anyone with what they have right now. I have to say, I am not a big fan of the Dragonlance into BKB Gyrocopter against PA. I think in some matchups it can be fine, but you just need to be able to kill the one target, and this build is way too defensive.
Yeah, I mean, when we first saw it, he had queued up some of the other elements that bring damage, right? And the strength of this, quote-unquote Parker build with a Dragonlance into Sanjin Yasha is that it has a Yasha in it. It has that, S and Y kind of farming element, speed element to it.
Yeah.
This is a very static, tanky gyro.
It's slow.
It doesn't go anywhere.
And they're still out stealing the enemy Tormentor, but meanwhile, tier 4 tower is being attacked. We get the Tormentor, TP home.
There's no glyph.
Yeah, no glyph, and Pugna is blasting. If they don't win this
OG?
fight, it's over.
You've got to respond to this. Start out with Slight and Chains. Crystalback's going to show himself trying to defend this last tier 4 tower. As Avulus, they regroup. A big creep wave arriving now. They can reposition themselves.
I need toss out play.
Ari's looking for an opportunity. PA jumps the bat. Tiny jumps the bristle. Ari dead with buyback available, so he will return, but it's magnetized big damage while OG turn on the PA. Smiling Knight blinks back to Seneko, saved with a decrep. Needs a life drain though. Smiling Knight trying to jump again away from the lasso of Ari. Dodges the Batrider reinitiation. They will buy back the multiple heroes, but they've died back on Ari. Gyrocopter the focus now with 23 Savage around it. Eki, Zibe, and Smiling Knight come in. A triple kill for the Pugna. Takes them all down. And OG tap out 2-0'd quickly by Avulus here, who are on a warpath.
I mean, it honestly doesn't even look fair. Avulus, they look like they were playing against toddlers or something. This was way too easy of a series.